Absolutely have to have dark in order to have light. Gotta have dark. Gotta have opposites, dark and light and dark, continually in painting. If you have light on light, you have nothing. If you have dark on dark, you basically have nothing. There we are. You know, it's like in life. You've got to have a little sadness once in a while so you know when the good times come. I'm waiting on the good times now.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So, as Bob Ross put it, you do need a little bit of the dark with the light, and sometimes you gotta go through those sad times in order to appreciate the good times. Unfortunately, today is quite a sad time. We are getting absolutely slaughtered across the board. No one is safe. Oh wait, actually, there's a little green. Never mind. But what we are seeing is a direct result to complete irrational panic selling based on some news that came out that isn't even a big deal. So if you guys are interested, I'm not going to go into this because I already did a video yesterday. If you guys are curious about my opinion on the whole ETF getting pushed back, I've already put my 2 Satoshis in on that one. And honestly, guys, I have no interest in harping on that today because I just don't think that that's necessary. You know, it is what it is, and what happened happened. As you guys could see here, unfortunately, we've hit pretty damn near all-time, well, we have hit all-time lows for 2018, and we haven't seen a market cap this low since way back in November, guys. So, as much as I'd like to pretend that a time traveler came from the future and told me, don't worry, guys, here's the chart, that's not what we're looking at. However, if you guys want to throw a pity party and you want to just complain, fine. You know, the one thing that I have to say, and I'll say this quick and then we'll move on, is that if this market, crypto, is too much to handle, you know, obviously you may either have too much invested or it might not be your thing. You know, maybe it would be safer to just invest in traditional stocks and bonds. Crypto is very volatile inherently, and we all know what we signed up for when we got involved in this. So I'm not going to let a bit of bad news hold back stuff that I need to talk about today. So if you're interested in what I have to say about the ETF, check out my video from yesterday. But as far as today goes, guys, we need to press on. We need to keep talking about what's going on. And there's a lot of news that's still coming out, so we have to cover it. So that being said, I want to move on and show you all the adoption, all the good news that's been coming out, despite this one little measly piece of information that apparently tanks the whole market, even though we had a week and a half of nothing but great news leading up to that. So, that being said, first bit of good news today, we have Coinbase saying that they're announcing instant trading and significantly higher default limits for Coinbase accounts. They say, starting today, we are rolling out the ability to trade cryptocurrency immediately after a purchase. No more waiting 5 days for funds to settle. Well, that's good news, guys, because that was the one downfall when I used to buy Bitcoin. When I first got started, I didn't want to pay the super high fee to get it instantly. So you put it in the bank, right? You do the bank transfer, and it does take forever to get the money. So this is really cool that they're doing that as well. Also, because you know people like things fast. You know, we live in a very fast-paced world. Also, Coinbase Pro now officially supports Ethereum Classic. So that means very, very shortly, within probably the next few, I don't know, 1 day to 2 days, we're definitely going to see this roll out, probably on Coinbase as well. You also have Ledger support. So Ledger has now integrated POA, Icon, VeChain, OneChain, Ontology, Koala, Particl, and RSK. This is really awesome. I'm really glad to hear that, especially for Ontology rolling it out so quick. We had just spoken to June Lee the other night. And the other cool thing about Particl is that with this Ledger integration, it says this means that Particl's token will now be available for cold storage on Nano wallets with cold staking capabilities enabled. So this release marks the first time that a pure proof of stake coin stored on a hardware device can be safely staked without any intermediary nor internet connection required. There you guys go. Innovation. See? Nothing but good news. Also, I just wanted to talk real quick. So Binance put out this statement because, you know, a lot of people tend to speculate when Binance, there's a lot of rumors. So they've basically taken this really strict policy on what you can and can't say. They go into here to explain all of the details on the listings. Unofficial claims are false. Strict policy against unauthorized use of the Binance name. No advanced disclosure, etc. And now they also say that they have this logo here. So you can use this logo It's the Binance application progress, and you can take this logo, and they're saying that's the only thing you can do. If you're applying for a Binance listing, you can utilize this logo, but that's as far as it goes. You can't say anything else. So that's them just trying to basically clarify their stance on people speculating Binance listings because of, the manipulation that you can also cause by, Binance listing, the price goes up. So they're trying to avoid stuff like that. Also, coming out of Kucoin, this is really interesting. So they've slashed their Bitcoin withdrawal prices in half from 0.001 to 0.0005, which is roughly $6.95 at the time of making this, but who knows, at this point it's probably a lot cheaper. But what I think is really interesting is that Kucoin actually is doing something pretty noble, and they're slashing their prices in a bear market, which, if you think about it from a business standpoint, you would want to raise prices, right, when something's worth less, but they're doing the opposite. So I have to say, hats off to you, Kucoin. Kudos. Good on you guys. Thank you for being so understanding, especially during this tough time, and actually lowering the fees. That's not something that you see every day, so that's definitely really awesome. And also, guys, when you talk about other adoption and getting the name out there, you have Redbull, the conglomerate well known for its energy drink, is testing out the use of a cryptocurrency reward system for digital engagement. Now the company is testing the waters in cryptocurrency by collaborating with the messaging app Kik. So using the Swelly chat box, Redbull is rewarding users partaking in their survey to increase content engagement and gather information. Participants in the pilot program are receiving an estimate of 500 to 2,000 kin. So there you guys go. More cryptocurrencies getting involved with the masses, guys. I mean, it's like Red Bull, these are big names, guys, especially, in the US. Red Bull is huge. Oh, and they have a soccer, they sponsor a soccer team. Also, let's keep moving on. We got so much to cover today. So we have Bitmain. It says Bitmain has invested in a Bitcoin Cash-powered digital advertising platform. The startup is called Tribe OS and is due to launch in 2019. According to the press release, Bitmain has invested $3 million, which will be used to build the Tribe OS to build its team and its product. So according to the website, it's been designed to do something about the $100 billion which is being stolen from digital advertisers, with 77% of adverts never seen and over 61% of internet traffic comprised of bot activity. These freaking bots, guys. So it offers a tracking system which it says will improve the rate at which advertisers are rewarded for their conversions. In advertising, conversion means the creation of paying customers, as well as a shield designed to block bots from cheating the advertiser. So if they can actually pull this off, this will be very, very helpful, because we have definitely been overrun with bots lately on YouTube, on Twitter scams, on Binance voting polls. Bots are just taking over the world, guys. We need to just rid the world of these bots. So also, check this out. So you have the Straks team unveiled the first details about plans to create a new crowdfunding incubator that bypasses traditional funding sources in favor of cryptocurrency. So one of the things that you're also seeing moving forward, especially with this bear market, you're seeing a lot of even VCs and these other investors, or even these platforms, they're not so much concerned about investing in these new projects, but they are focusing on incubation, which shows the interest in the current projects that exist and the desire to see the success of these projects. So it says the goal of the Straks Incubator is to bring the vision of acceleration to fruition, while encouraging and supporting innovation through the world without the barriers of traditional crowdfunding solutions. To achieve this, Straks Incubator will be providing barrier-free access to capital, knowledge, expertise related to these projects, facilitating collaborations between like-minded innovators. So there you go. More adoption. And if that's not enough, guys, how about Prime Trust? Let's talk about them. So what are they doing? Cryptocurrency investors and holders can now easily invest in real estate, crowdfunding, and other securities offering without having to exchange coins to fiat money and then wire the funds in USD. Prime Trust, which is a technology-driven trust company, announced that it has released new technology which enables real estate syndicators and securities issuers to accept funds from investors in the form of Bitcoin and Ethereum frictionlessly and with zero crypto market risk to the syndicator or issuer. This enables holders of these virtual currencies to invest in real estate, crowdfunding, and other private and public security offerings without having to go through the cumbersome and often confusing process of liquidating tokens and then wiring funds in US to an escrow account at Prime Trust. Another article Kind of interesting. So now they talk about, will cryptocurrencies replace gold as the new go-to investment? So without diving into the article too much, it does talk about the advantages of using crypto over, gold. Obviously we know, but just kind of wanted to remind you guys. I mean, think about, even if gold is the universal standard, it's a pain in the ass, it's bulky. How do you break it off, right? If you have to sell it, what do I do? Shave some off on a counter? And then if I'm a merchant, what do I do? Collect it and then melt it all back into another bar of gold? I mean, that's ridiculous, right? So when you think about it, cryptocurrencies are actually a much better store of value than gold. And if you really also look at it, Bitcoin in a sense is almost like more limited than gold, right? So you figure there's 21 million Bitcoin. It's roughly estimated that 4 million of them are lost forever. And, because people forgot their private keys and stuff like that. Then you also have the ones that are locked away in Satoshi's wallet, which we're pretty convinced might never actually be open. Then when you consider the fact that there's only 21 million Bitcoin ever, but yet there's 7.4 billion people in the world, you have to think about that demand. So that's just something to think about as well. And of course, before we go, how about this bus from the Netherlands with Bitcoin logos all along the side? Spreading the good word, guys. Spreading the good word. So that being said, guys, I don't want to make this too long. Obviously, there's not really some great news, but then again, when you think about it, there's not really any bad news. It's just crypto being crypto, people overanalyzing, panic selling, etc., etc. Just another day in crypto, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if next week Bitcoin shoots up another 15% and everybody's throwing confetti around and popping champagne, right? Because that's just how it goes in crypto. So that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. You guys are awesome. For everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting, really seriously, I appreciate it. It means the world to me. That being said, guys, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.